Welcome people, welcome back to Big Side Vlogs. I am Big Side, coming to you live from Cyprus. Yes, so a couple of things, two videos I'm uploading and sharing with you is the first one is DANNY&TOMMY. He's done a short live stream of an update of what's to come. A video stream link with Tommy Robinson live from San Diego in America, and they're discussing what's going to happen in London on May the 16th, on what's going to happen with the government and what help you out and get more assistance and more people there. And you can help me by clicking up there, and you can also help me by clicking down there and helping my channel to keep the updates coming for you to watch. Right. The first one is DANNY&TOMMY is doing a live stream with Tommy Robinson tonight, a full live stream, and I will attach that on the end of this video.
Evening. So it's just a really quick one, really, just to let anyone know that's expecting this to start, the live stream to start at 7. Tommy is just in a meeting at the moment, and he should be out in about 45 minutes, and he'll be straight on. Hope everyone is good. Yeah, so just a really quick one, really, just to let everyone know that Tommy is currently in a meeting, very important meeting from what I'm hearing. So as soon as he's finished, which will be in about 45 minutes, he will be coming on. The link to the YouTube live is in the description of this video. I think I'll put it in. We just need to clear a few things up. Tommy's got some important information that he wants to share with you, and he just wants to make sure that we're all on the same page. Obviously, with Tommy being away in America, he's currently been dealing with a lot over there, so it's important that before the 16th, some things are cleared up. Everyone knows that we're on the same hymn sheet, and yeah, it's just an important message from him. And obviously, I've been pushing this massively for a while now, so I am just making sure that everyone realises that, I only ever do anything with the direction of the big man, in terms of, especially his events. So he needs to clear that up. He wants to clear it up. I want to clear it up. He's got some important information that he wants to share, and it's very important that you guys tune into that. So if anyone sees anyone talking about why is it not started, it's 8 o'clock. It will be on YouTube channel, my YouTube channel, which is in the link in this this video here, in this description. 16th of May is going to be monumental for many reasons, and it's going to be a day that will go down in history. I have no doubt about that. So yeah, go on there, make sure you like and share it. We're trying to pump this out, because I do get a lot of messages. People say, I was in the pub the other day, and no one's even heard of what's going on the 16th of May. So it's important that we keep pushing and pushing this. There's going to be millions of people that are going to be coming. And I know that tonight Tommy's going to put some things straight and make sure you guys are fully aware of everything that's going to be happening, how it's going to be happening, and explaining my role with everything that I've done up to now. So yeah. No, it won't be on Facebook. I tried to link the live with the Facebook, but it didn't work for some reason. I couldn't log on to the thing, so it'd just be on YouTube. So it's good because it's just one video that can be shared for the next 4 weeks. Everyone's on the same hymn sheet. So yeah, go on to there, like and share it. Obviously, once it's been watched, and yeah, it's going to be a very interesting day, and it's needed. The 7th of May elections are going to be before that. I believe that Labour's going to be absolutely wiped out. And this is the real kickstart to what Tommy's been working up to till now. I mean, I've watched him, been with him since 2018, and it's just he himself has just grown and grown into the person that we see today. So very proud of him, everything that he's achieved, and tonight he will make sure everyone understands what's going on, how it's going to happen, the conduct, everything else. So I'm going to stop waffling.
Right, so people, there's DANNY&TOMMY, is a quick live update and see what's going on. So without further ado, he is the live stream with DANNY&TOMMY and Tommy Robinson.
The stream is live. Let's go.
Come on.
I am in San Diego, bruv. I've just come out of a meeting, man. I am working my balls off to try and make sure everyone who comes can see and hear. Yeah, because the feedback I got last time from a lot of people, we couldn't see or hear. I think we both need to clear up a few things here, Dan. Yeah. I'll start.
Okay.
So, for anyone sitting, watching, listening to this, there were calls for a 3-day demonstration that were put out there. There was some more, maybe I'd describe as aggressive messaging that was going out from different people at different times. I want people to understand that in our negotiations with the police for this event, the council have stonewalled us the whole time. Okay. Now, fortunately, when it's your videos, Danny, I'll be honest, the police gave us the police in our negotiations with the police, they were worried. Yeah. But that actually worked and gave us a position of negotiations with the police, where what I've been trying to say to the police is, listen, officers, and these are negotiations that we just wouldn't have had. Yeah. Because the council have been stonewalling us, blanking us, not giving us permission to set up or giving us permits to set up speakers, stages, anything. Yeah. Now, in our negotiation with the police, what I've been stressing to them is ignore any messaging from people, because we hope to sit down with those people and get everyone singing off the same hymn sheet, which we will hopefully convince people to do if you, the police, overrule the council. And make sure, and anyone who's watched this, there's a yearly Nakba march, which is to do everything that's not Britain. Yeah, everything to do with Palestine and all this foreign wars, which we don't care about. Yeah. Now, their march is on the 16th of May this year. Yeah. And they have been overruled. So we, as the British public, have wanted recognition from our government, from our police. The government have ignored us and all this, but the police have worked with us tirelessly for this event. Now, I've been given negotiating positions due to some of the calls for 3-day demonstrations. I'll be honest, when I saw what's happening in Ireland, I thought, in my own personal opinion, yeah, if people want to sit down for 3 days, sit down for 3 days. But that was before I read the laws that were very quickly passed over Just Stop Oil. Let me read them to you.
When were they?
Reality.
When was they introduced? Just quickly, this is a new thing. No one knew.
They're new laws. So basically, what they done, and I knew at the time when they were doing it, they allowed Just Stop Oil to shut roads, shut bridges. Now, if you watch the videos, the police were stood down. The police could have dragged them out of the way of the road. That's what they do to us. But the police let them do it. So basically, the government and big corporations who fund all these protesters wanted to push their narrative, but wanted an excuse. So they angered the entire British public. Just Stop Oil pissed everyone off by blocking bridges, blocking roads, blocking ambulances. And then to solve that problem that they'd created, the government come in with new legislation. Even though they could have dealt with those protesters just using the laws that they deal with us, they brought in new legislation. Let me read you their legislation. Public nuisance, okay? If you cause serious public harm, e.g. mass disruption, right, through protest, up to 10 years imprisonment, okay? The reality of non-compliance. Now, we have worked with the police. We will have conditions put on our event, as there always is. The conditions they put on will say we can protest from 1 o'clock till 5 o'clock. If you breach those conditions, up to 12 years in prison for offences, public nuisance, 10 years. This one, the highest risks, unlimited fines. Unlimited fines. So all of this new legislation, which was hurried through to deal with Just Stop Oil, was never about Just Stop Oil. This would prevent what the Irish just done in Britain. Yeah, they've got these guidelines. Now, I want people to know, because I hear some people saying, Danny, what difference does a protest make? Look at where we were 2 years ago and look at where we are now. There weren't calls for mass deportations. In fact, Nigel Farage was saying he couldn't do it. Nigel Farage has now been shifted and moved. Whether you want to blame Unite the Kingdom, Advance, Restore, or a combination of all, yeah, Nigel Farage wasn't even standing for reform until the first Unite the Kingdom event. So those events, which have brought millions on the streets, have given confidence to political figures, politicians. They're all getting braver. They're all now showing courage. They're all now seeing who can talk the strongest about mass immigration or against. We're up until 2 years ago, no one had even mentioned Islam. Now you've got Rupert Lowe standing saying, we're going to stop immigration from Islamic countries. We're going to stop the Islamisation of Great Britain. We're going to stop this. I've been ill, lads.
Which was unheard of.
Yeah. No, it was unheard of. It was totally unheard of. But on top of this, yeah, when people talk about the demonstration, that 66 million people watched our last demonstration. 66 million. So it wasn't just about the people on the street. Now, what I don't know if you've watched what's happened since then, or anyone's looked at the figures of what's happened in the last 2 years since the United Kingdom. You see the young men meeting in parks, getting fit, getting healthy, which isn't linked to us, yeah? It's not linked to us. You've got a paratrooper lad doing it from Liverpool who's doing amazing, yeah? You've got French the Kid, a rapper lad, doing amazing in Hertfordshire. You've got all these different people and they're forming in fields outside of the church. There's a Christian revival where young men are finding other young men to find sense of identity, to find strength, to find togetherness and to find brotherhood. There's so much that's happened in the last 24 months. The biggest shift in the Overton window, in discussions, in the public opinion, in the mood of a nation, yeah? This, and what I keep saying to people, when people saying about the demonstration, and some people calling for more than a peaceful protest, what do you think that will achieve? If you come and riot, if people come and riot, what's that going to achieve? You're all getting locked up. They're you're all getting locked up.
That's not what I was calling for. Just,
I know you. No, no, you weren't, Danny. I know you weren't. The reason I'm saying this is there's a sway of people who don't like us, yeah, who don't want us to succeed, who are attacking us for having peaceful protest, having music, having all these things, yeah. And I understand people's frustration. I get the frustration. I get the anger, yeah. What I'd say is, 2 years ago when we sat down and spoke about a cultural movement, to be where we're at now, we're about to put millions on the streets again, yeah? We've shifted a lot. Mood has shifted a lot. And it's part of a spiritual awakening.
Is it just me or have we lost him? Did you not charge your phone, Yax?
What's going on now? Why can't I be seen? Yeah. Mate, that's his phone ringing, yeah? I'm about to now get back my way back to LA. So a lot is happening, but I wanted to clear up a thing with Danny. So anyone watching this behind the scenes, when Danny was calling for protests and other things, that actually worked in our favour. It gave us a negotiating position with the police and the authorities to help us secure the agreements which we've now secured. Yeah. So most people are seeing things going on, and I always say, look, there's a lot going on behind the scenes that most people don't know is going on behind the scenes. So just allow us to please try and get to a position which we're now at, where we have agreements for speaker systems, 200,000 pounds off of having screens and audio so everyone who comes can see. This gentleman who has nothing to do with Britain has just given us £100,000. He's given us £100,000 to pay for screens, sound systems, so that everyone can be part of the event that's happening. Yeah, which is insane. I find it all insane, but that's where we're at. I've just come out of a meeting now with a gentleman who's agreed to fund it. I've just come and pleaded with him to say, look, people couldn't see and hear last time. We want them to see and hear. But what I will be asking people to do, I'm also about to put out an invitation to all 4 representatives of the lead political parties to come and speak at this event, because these aren't my supporters, they're their supporters. This is about uniting the kingdom for everyone who wants real political change. We win, yep. And all I want to use my platform to do now is encourage people to register to vote. Get registered to vote for anyone but Keir Starmer. Yeah, get registered to vote. And obviously the election is a week before. Keir Starmer's under pressure now. I think Labour are going to get trounced. We're going to pretend to people demand an election, descend on our capital, but have a great day. Yeah, have a great day, because although people may not see that it's brought about change, it has, and it is. The momentum and the political parties are riding the waves of this nationalism and patriotism. And on May 16th, it's just going to be another step forward again. Danny, I don't know why I can't hear you. So try and talk
Can you
again
not
now.
hear me at all? Can't hear me. That's weird.
Danny, have you froze? I
You don't
fucking
want to
hate
hear me?
phones. Where's the one?
Can you hear me? Can anyone hear me? I think they can hear me, but you can't.
Close the absence.
I love technology, mate. Can
you hear me? How do I leave that?
Let me just find this out. So you can hear me, yeah? It's getting back. Oh, hopefully you're going to come back on. But just to reiterate what Tommy's saying. So originally, when I made contact, after I came back from France, there was a conversation. Let's put this out as a 3-day event. Let's do this. What I'm now being told is that could land people in some serious jail time. So I need to be careful, because the last thing that needs to happen is any good men or women being sent to prison because of any directions that myself or Tommy have given. As everyone knows, I think someone is, to be fair, because this never happens. But listen, I do believe a stand needs to be taken. They can hear you. They can hear you.
Okay, I can hear you now, Danny. I couldn't hear you at all. Can you hear me?
You hear him? Because I can't hear him.
I can hear you now. Now I can hear you.
Can hear you. Try to talk, Dax.
Can you hear me?
It's showing that you can hear.
Okay, good. I can hear you, Danny.
Tommy gone.
Tommy's gone. Fucking, I hate this. I hate it. I've been struck down with man flu, man. I would rather fight jihadis every day.
Yeah, they can hear you.
Okay, good. Go on, well, Dan, I think I said most. Look, my message is just the same. Come to London. We're nearly there. Yeah, come to London. Mate, our show of presence in London went around the whole world. The amount of congressmen and high ranking, I don't know if people are seeing what the congressmen are saying out here now, yeah? They are speaking about...
We're not really seeing it from America. I mean, a lot of people follow you from your YouTube channel, but yeah. I mean, how are you being, like, when you're over there? I mean, how are you...
Insanely received. Love shown, incredible love. Yeah. But lead congressmen are speaking about Islam's plan to conquer America, about what the Quran says to kill us all, about the deception and the lies. Not one congressman, there's now 60 of them, yeah, come together. Lead senators. I'm at an event tomorrow on a panel where I'm giving a 45-minute speech, and then I'm sharing a panel with a lead senator, lead congressman, who are now forming and ready. And what this will do is give confidence to all of Europe. When the Republican Party is speaking openly and honestly about Islam, yeah, not interpretations of Islam, not terrorist groups, not extremist groups, not radical Islam, and its incompatibility with America, with our culture, and they want to stop it. So that will give confidence, as all of this will give confidence, which our thing was Unite the Kingdom, Unite the West, which we're successfully going to do. So yeah, May 16th is the next step.
What do you think the British government think when they look at you over there?
Mate, I know what again, do you know what they'd be worried by me being here, but they'd have been worried by September 13th. When they saw those numbers, they will be worrying now. And do you know what they want more than anything? Which is why I said, more than anything, they want to cause division, divide numbers, get people not to come. So anyone making those comments now, it's like, look, you don't have to support me. You don't have to be nice. Betrayed all of us. We are at a pivotal moment in our country's future where what our country looks like, it will never look the same again because they are destroying it. So this is a moment to send a message to the entire world that Britain is awake, the British public are awake. Now, there's 3 years till an election. Look at what's happened in 2 years. Just look. I look at what's happened in the last 12 months. I look at my own life. I think I was on solitary confinement this time last year. Yeah, I've come out. We've had 1 million on the streets. I'm here meeting highest ranking members of government. We're spreading our message. We're forming partnerships and friendships. I'm only here, Danny. I left the UK. I got a threat from ISIS. Do you know what? I see some detractors' comments against me. They wouldn't last with a threat for a punch in the nose, let alone a threat from bloody ISIS, yeah? So whilst they're doing that, I haven't had a day off. I have not stopped working. I'm about to go now. So my schedule now, I am going now on a 3-hour journey back for a meeting in LA. I travel tomorrow morning to host an event with congressmen and senators in Dallas. The next day I'm in Tulsa for 2 days, following a Christian group who are fighting to stop the Islamization of their towns through education. I'm going to show people what they're doing. Then I'm flying to Nashville for 2 days for non-stop interviews. Then I'm flying to DC to meet more congressmen. So when people are having a go at me, I think, I'm not stopping. And everything I do, I may not be in Britain at the minute, yeah? I couldn't be there anyway. But I may not be in Britain, but I'm back next week. I'm coming back for May 16th. I don't know what the authorities will try and do. But all I'd say to people is, look, the reason we had the numbers we had, the reason it's been a success is because we introduced fun, smiles, families, and joy, no matter how angry we were. We need to do the same on May 16th. We need the same messaging, yeah? And that moment, Danny, you've experienced it. And most of the people, I look at some people who are saying, I'm not going this way, I'm not going. And I look and think, you've been at every demonstration about everything, no matter how small little groups are. But here you are now telling people not to come to this one.
I'll be honest on when you see that. X is a cesspit for people like that. I've managed to grow.
I'm seeing some people on our side saying it on YouTube.
Yeah, but a lot, you look around Facebook, the majority of normal individual people that are not politically in that world, I believe they're on Facebook and a lot are on Instagram, and all you see is the awakening of the country. And you see that en masse when, and then when I go onto X and everything, pieces like that, it's just a cesspit of idiots that don't understand the longevity and they understand where this is going in terms. And some people are saying here we don't have 3 years. So just for a question I have for you is, once you see those numbers on the 16th of May, what is your vision moving forward? Because I think from last year, it's great that we're managing to get these numbers, we're managing to create this noise, but is there anything that you have in your mindset that think, okay, you've got the momentum now, 16th of May, what are you going to turn that into to keep, because we've got hundreds of thousands of undocumented migrant men landing on the shores of England every single day now, and you've seen what we tried to do in France and everything else. Some people said we haven't got 3 years to let that happen. What can we do with the numbers, with the momentum that we've got to change that in the next 3 years?
Right. Rewind 2 years. There was no Reform polling at 25%. There was no Restore Britain. So in 2 years, Reform are leading the polls. Restore Britain have been around 8 weeks and they're at 9%.
They're doing great.
Yeah.
They're doing great.
Advance are still active under Ben Habib. Yeah. So these things have happened in 2 years. My job, or what I want our job to be, which is about culture and identity, 9 million people voted Keir Starmer, 20 million didn't vote. We need to get that 20 million people registered to vote and voting. We need to get them active in politics. We need to get them joining school boards, community groups, church groups. We need to electrify every person politically, but many of them aren't interested in politics, but they're interested in culture and identity. So they'll come to our events. Now, I don't care which political party it is, if I'm honest, yeah? I'll make my mind up on who of them. It doesn't matter which one at the minute. Get politically active. Get yourself registered to vote.
Would you support peaceful pushback on things like in Dover? Now, there's a big difference between people creating chaos and violence and being dickheads and end up in prison, excuse my French.
Civil disobedience, yes. Civil disobedience, yeah.
When I say that, prime example, we had a conversation after Epsom and you said, actually, that's a bit of a blueprint because there was no violence, no police. The police were not in control in Epsom. We, the Patriots, were in control because we didn't allow, and I was part of that, to sort of push back on the Patriots and the police to say, we don't need it to go violent to send a message. Now, when you look at what happened, we're still obviously going through with Epsom and what happened and what's happening in Dover. Would you support people coming out as a pressure valve to put people on the streets in these locations like Dover to push
1 million%, and they are, yeah, and they're doing it organically, whether it be in Braintree, whether it be in Epsom, whether it be in Dover, whether it be, they're doing it organically. Yeah, what I'm saying is that if you want to ride the momentum and get people feeling part of something massive, then May 16th is that. And what it does is it shows everyone we're not alone. We're mainstream. There is no political party that puts those numbers on the streets. This is the movement for the people, which is why I'm going to make the appeal to all of them, from Kemi Badenoch to Nigel Farage to Rupert Lowe to Ben Habib. Come and speak, guys. Yeah, come and speak. The public are there for the country. Yeah, you're all fighting the same fight. Now, I hope, who knows where we're at in 3 years? Hopefully, Ben Habib, Rupert Lowe, Nigel Farage are all sitting around one table to work what's best for Great Britain. Hopefully. But I want to wake up the 20 million. I want to play as a cultural movement, that's what we want to do. Yeah, we want to capture them through culture and identity and direct them into politics. Now, that is for political parties to benefit off, but we all benefit off it by these new political parties. Because, look, without Rupert Lowe's party polling at 9% now, Nigel Farage wouldn't be going harder on all the policies he's going harder on. He just wouldn't, because he went soft as shit. He went really soft. He's now having to try and pull back. Yeah. So all of these things, Ben Habib and Advance and any of these parties, I would just be telling people I joined Advance so that there was pressure to put on Nigel Farage. I would be telling people, get politically active. Just get politically active. So May 16th.
If they get in, if I'm not going to ask you to align with anyone, because I know that's not what this is about. But whoever gets in, what is your hope in the next? I know we haven't got a lot of time, but in terms of changing things, because when we look at the demographic change around our nation, we're seeing something that has never happened before in our whole history. If they get in, what are you actually hoping that will happen instantly? And I'm not talking about aligning with a certain person. I'm talking about the momentum of
we have the equivalent of an ICE organisation who are tracking down, hunting down, and removing criminals and illegal aliens who are in this country illegally, who shouldn't be here. Then everyone on the terror watch list, see you later, goodbye. Everyone who's a convicted criminal from foreign descent, see you later, goodbye. And then, as well as encouraging people who are not going to assimilate, not going to integrate. If you've come to this country as a immigrant and you are costing the country money, they need to leave. You can't be sitting here, 1.3 million people claiming benefits off the British public taxpayers' money when you're not even from this bloody country. It's insane. Everything is just common sense.
Yeah. Why do you think that the government in this country are allowing hundreds of thousands of undocumented men?
Well, Danny,
dealt with overnight. We know that.
Danny, last year in America, 66% of the murders in America were by illegal migrants. 66%. 1,390 people were murdered by illegal migrants. So ICE, if they're successful, would save next year 1,400 lives. Just by removing the illegals. Just get rid of the illegals. Yeah. So why is it happening? Because they're importing people, as Joe Biden done, into the United States. They're importing people who are block voters for them. Yeah. Now there's a little civil war going on from Labour and the Green Party. Labour thought they could rely on these lot, and they're leaving them. And eventually they'll leave all these left-wing groups because they'll be for Islam and Islam only and Sharia only. But we're in a race. We're in a race against time. This election in 3 years' time, I personally think it's not the end of the world to have 3 years, because we need a public who are radicalised to the point where they're going to accept the real change that's needed. They needed 4 years of Joe Biden. Yeah. America needed to see 4 years of Joe Biden so that they could come in with a mandate for mass deportations. They could come in with a mandate that says we're getting rid of them. Yeah. Now the public in 2 years look how loud the voice is getting for remigration. Imagine another 3 years. Now, I think if Labour are smart, because they're not going to win in 3 years' time, they might as well just throw the towel in and not give Reform or any of these parties the opportunity to get prepared, ready to lead a proper government. Yeah. So we'll see what happens after. We'll see what happens after the May 7th elections. But I'll be telling everyone, get voting on May 7th. Get voting on May 7th.
How that's going to look. So I'm not going to mention which pub. Is that something you're still thinking about doing? Is helping?
I have reached out to political
parties. Register to vote. Sorry.
We're going to get it so you can QR code to register to vote. I have also reached out to political parties to say they should be at the event registering people for their political parties. Yeah, that's not just one political party. I think that they all should be there. Yeah, because these are the forgotten, neglected British public. These are the people who want real change. So, and that's not going to come. It will have to come through politics. But I want to, as I said, I don't want to be involved in politics. I want to do culture, unity, bringing people together, but awakening the non-voters and getting them registered. Yeah. Now, people will muster from early. The actual demonstration will then march all the way down up the Strand, through Trafalgar Square, all the way down Whitehall, into Parliament Square, where the main screen will be in Parliament Square.
But then the difference of the amount of, because last year a lot of people were obviously a little bit not upset, but they were, we didn't know. But this time you've allowed for a huge distance.
Yeah, last year we only had half of Whitehall. This time we've got the Hitcher Road all the way to Trafalgar Square, where we are building speaker systems and screens everywhere. Yeah, so people will be able to see and hear, even as far back as in Trafalgar Square. Yeah, people will be able to see and hear. So come and take part of it. Come and have a good day. Come and have a celebration. Come and get your voice heard. Come and support your country. Come and support your community. The families will never forget these moments and those feelings of the biggest, say this out loud, the biggest patriotic gathering this world, our country has ever seen in its history. In its history. Yeah? So let's come together and let's party in London.
And it's needed.
It's needed. It's needed. It's needed.
I know you're busy today tomorrow, but on Saturday we're going to be doing today. Much love to you all. I'm now going to go and see my kids. They're probably asleep actually, but much love to you. Take care.